Good morning to everyone. In the previous lecture, we formulated the equations for slope and deflection of a cantilever beam subjected to a point load at a free end. So that is derived from the governing differential equation. So then find out the slope and deflection at any point by using the double integration method. Today we will see one more example. A cantilever beam of length L subjected to a distributed load uniformly by using the double integration method. So it means deflection of a cantilever beam with uniform distributed load over entire length or span by using the double integration method. Here let us see the cantilever beam. This is a cantilever beam. At one end fixed, say that is A, other end is free at B. A beam is subjected to a load uniformly distributed over the entire span. This is the entire span. The overall length of the beam is L. Entire span. At the rate of intensity of loading W Newton per meter. This is the given problem. Then find the slope and deflection at any section. For that, let us consider origin at B. Let us consider origin at B. This is. It means so x starts with 0 at B or from B and x is equal to L at A. In which let us consider section XX at a distance x from free end, that is B. As we know that the governing differential equation for the deflection, so EI into d square y by dx square is equal to m into x. Say equation number 1. So here we have to formulate the equation or bending moment equation mx of a cantilever beam of length L subjected to a UDL over entire span with the intensity of loading W Newton per meter. So therefore, mx is equal to, I think that this load produces the hogging moment. It means that is taken as negative. What about the total load in the portion between B and section XX, that is W into X. It is concentrated mid-span of the, or concentrated at the midpoint of the X. Otherwise, the total load is the product of the intensity of loading and the length distributed over a distance, that is, so W into X. This is the total load, that is the product of the intensity of loading, the length distributed over a distance. Simply, here we consider the portion between section XX and B only. It is distributed over a distance small x. That's why the total load is Wx. This Wx is concentrated or located midpoint of x, that is x by 2. Finally, this can be rewritten as minus w by 2 into x square. Substitute this value in equation number 1. Finally, so the governing differential equation for this beam with the given information becomes EI into d square y by dx square is equal to minus, so w by 2 into x square. Say this is equation number 2. This is the generalized equation for the a beam is subjected to a uniformly distributed load over entire length. Right? So now I would like to find out the slope and deflection at any point by using the double integration method. Means simply integrate the first slope. Simply integrate the equation number 3 on either sides. So integral ei into d square y by dx square is equal to integral minus w by 2 into x square. So after integration or performing the integration, the above equation becomes ei into, so dy by dx is equal to minus w by 2 into x cube by 3 plus c1. Here c1 is the constant of integration that is obtained by incorporate or imposing the boundary conditions. So here the slope is 0 at the fixed end and maximum at the free end. Say equation number A. Let us assume this is equation number A. So by imposing the boundary conditions, we can find out the C1 value. So that is equal to the equation number A may be rewritten as ei into dy by dx is equal to minus w by 6 into x cube plus c1. So this is the equation A, that is minus w by 6 into x cube. So what are the boundary conditions? Boundary conditions. So suppose if you observe the deflected curve, so this is the curve before apply the load. So let us see, this is the deflected curve. This is the, say this is deflected curve. Deflected curve. So this is end A, this is end B. So A, B dash shows the deflected curve. This is the curve before apply the load. When load W is applied, so as shown in figure. So now, what about the deflection on the slope at A? What about the slope at B? As we know that if you draw the tangent at A, at B, and measure the angle with horizontal to the tangent, this is the tangent. Alright? So this is called as theta B, for example. As we said, as we know that, so slope is angle between the tangent drawn at a point with horizontal. So if you observe that there is an angle, measurable angle at B dash or B. If you look at into the at A, so this is the tangent. If you draw the horizontal line at A, both are coincide. It means the slope dy by dx at A, for example, say as theta A is equal to 0. It means from the boundary condition, the slope is 0 at a fixed end. So as per the taken direction origin, It means at x is equal to L, dy by dx is equal to 0. So therefore, dy by dx is equal to 0 at x is equal to L. Simply substitute these two values in the equation A. The equation A. By substituting these values in equation A, we will get the C1 value. So let us see the EI into, what about the dy? Dy by dx is equal to 0. So dy by dx is equal to 0. That is equal. What about the x value? Minus w by 6 into x is equal to L, that is equal L cube plus C1. From this, C1 is equal W L cube by 6. Substitute C1 value in equation number A. Therefore, equation for slope is EI into dy by dx is equal minus w x cube by 6 plus w L cube by 6. Say equation number 3. Equation number 3 represents the equation for slope. So then you can find out the slope at A as well as B. Now slope at B, that is at x is equal to 0. That is at x is equal to 0. It means substitute x is equal to 0 in equation number 3. Therefore, EI into dy by dx is equal to minus w into 0 whole cube by 6 plus w L cube by 6. It means, therefore, dy by dx is equal to 1 by EI into w L cube by 6. This is the slope at B, that is at x is equal to 0. Since the origin is taken at B, it means the x value is 0 at B, x value is L at A, or otherwise the x begins with 0 from B. So therefore this can be rewritten as, so slope at B is equal to WL cube by 6EI. This is the calculation of slope at B. Then similarly you can find out the slope at A. It means at x is equal to L. As we know that the equation for the slope EI into dy by dx is equal to minus wx cube by 6 plus w L cube by, so what about that L cube by 6? That is equal to L cube by 6. This. So what we have to do? We have to substitute x is equal to L in this equation. Finally, EI into dy by dx is equal to minus w into L cube by 6 plus w L cube by 6. So therefore dy by dx is equal to 1 by ei into 0. It means that is 0. So hence theta a is equal to 0, that is slope at a is equal to 0 and slope at b is equal. So what about that value? So that is WL cube by 6 EI, that is maximum. So this is the procedure to calculate the slope at any section for a cantilever beam subjected to a uniformly distributed load over entire span. Now calculate the deflection. Calculate the deflection. So that is for deflection. Equation for deflection. What we have to do? Simply integrate the equation. Integrate the. So this equation once again. Integrate this equation once again. So therefore integral ei into dy by dx is equal to integral over that minus wx cube by 6 plus WL cube by 6. So after performing the integration, the left side term to the equation is equal to becomes ei into y. Ei into y is equal to, so minus w by 6 into x power 4 by 4 plus WL cube is constant when it is integrated, that is WL cube by 6 into x, and there is a constant that is C2. Say equation D. Here the constant of integration C2 is obtained by incorporate the boundary conditions. So again let us see the boundary conditions. This is a cantilever beam. Before apply the load, this is the curve before apply the load. This is and A, this is and B. Whenever a load W is applied, this is the deflected curve. So this is deflected curve. This is undeflected curve, for example. So now let us see the deflection. So this is the deflection. I think that we know that the deflection is a transverse load between the before and after apply the between the curves of before and after apply the load. Transverse. This is the one. I think that if you observe the geometry, the deflection is maximum at the free end, the deflection is 0 at the fixed end. It means as per the taken x origin taken at B, so x is 0 at B, x is equal to L at A. It means, so y is equal to 0 at x is equal to L. Substitute this value in equation number B for obtaining the C2 value. So therefore, EI into 0 is equal to minus W by 24 into L power 4 plus So W L cube by 6 into L plus C2. So from this equation you can find out the C2 value. So that is equal to C2 is equal 0 is equal WL power 4 by minus WL power 4 by 24 plus WL power 4 by 6 plus C2. So now finalize. 0 is equal minus WL power 4 by 24 plus WL power 4 by 6 plus C2. After simplifying this, so it is minus WL power 4 plus, so 6 3 4 that is equal, what about that, 6 4 4 WL power 4 plus C2. Therefore C2 is equal 3 WL power 4 by 24, finally WL power 4 by 8. Substitute C2 value in equation B. What about the equation B? EI into Y is equal minus W x power 4 by 24 plus WL cube into x by 6. So therefore equation for deflection, becomes EI into Y is equal minus W, so x power 4 divided by 24 plus, whatever the next value, WL cube into x by 6, WL cube by 6 into x plus, what about the C2, WL power 4 by 8. So this is the equation for deflection, say as equation number 4. Now I would like to find out the deflection at a particular point, say as A. It means deflection, so deflection at A, it means at x is equal to L. X is equal to L. Substitute x is equal to L in the above equation, that is EI into Y. So EI into Y is equal to minus W into L power 4 by 24 plus WL cube by 6 into L plus WL power 4 by 8. After computing this one, so this term becomes 0. So EI of Y is equal to 0. That becomes Y is equal to 0. Then find out the deflection at B. So deflection at B, it means at x is equal to 0. What about that value? Simply substitute x is equal, in the equation number 4, EI into Y is equal minus W into 0 power 4 whole divided by 24 plus WL3 by 6 into 0 plus WL power 4 by 8. So I think that these two terms becomes 0. Therefore, EI into Y is equal WL power 4 by 8. Therefore, deflection Y is equal 1 by EI into WL power 4 by 8. So, I think this is the maximum. So, what we did today, simply we have taken one numerical example, deflection of a cantilever beam subjected to a uniformly distributed load over entire span. Initially, we know the governing differential equation, then formulate the bending moment equation as per the given. Here, origin is taken at B. It means x value starts with 0 from B and towards left. So, initially, formulate the equation for slope by integrating the generalized equation, that is equation number 2. Then, impose the boundary conditions. From the geometry, the slope is 0 at A. It means dy is equal to 0 for getting the constant of integration C1. And then C1 value is obtained. Substitute this value in equation number A and find out the slope at B and A. Then integrating the equation or slope equation once again. Then apply the boundary conditions. Here the deflection is 0. The deflection is 0 at x is equal to L. Finally, the deflection is maximum at the free end. The deflection is 0 at the fixed end. Finally, we can conclude regarding to the boundary conditions. Always keep in mind, so the slope and deflection both are 0 at the fixed end. Whatever the loading system. In case of the cantilever beam, always remember one point, that is the slope and deflection both are 0 at the fixed end. Based on that boundary conditions, we can find out the constant of integration C1 and C2. So let us see the next one more example in the next class. Thank you.